Hey,
Well,
hey.
hello there, my friends. Hello. Welcome again to the Unapologetically Badass podcast. I am Renee, and hello, Sierra.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
We are so excited to have a special guest with us today, Denise Cesare. If you guys were here for the pre-gaming, you would be laughing because we were talking all sorts of stuff, and especially the last name. You all are going to absolutely love her. When we connected on Instagram and then met on Zoom, it was like an instant love fest. You are going to love her. You wait till you hear her story. And we have titled this Moments in Motion, Mindfulness, Music, and Mental Health with Denise Cesare. So Denise, welcome to the show.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Renee, and thank you, Sierra.
You're so
Yes.
welcome.
So
So
excited.
we learned that the Italian way to say Caesar is Cesare.
Cesare.
Can I have Cesare?
Cesare.
Yes.
I'm sorry if you guys hear that. That's little music. I have little grandson here again. Denise, I'm so excited to get to know you today. We were laughing because we were learning all kinds of Italian things along the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Denise, why don't you start off by telling the audience a little bit about you?
Okay, so we know that now. My name is Denise Cesare, right? Cesare in Italian. And I am an author. I am an entrepreneur. I am a badass.
Yes, you are, girlfriend.
I'm a
Total
badass.
badass.
We're going to talk about that.
Love
So,
it.
yes, I've created many things over the years. I've also, we've all gone through our own trials and tribulations that get us here. But the most powerful message I want to share today is that you can never give up.
Yeah.
And you have to have love for yourself, and that's how you get through it.
Yep, absolutely.
We preach that all the time, Denise. Like Renee and I say that as you go through any valley, it's just you have to love yourself so that you love yourself enough to get out of it.
Yep.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. And so your background was speech pathology, right?
Yeah. Speech language pathologist for over 25 years. And in a phase of that, we'll talk more about that. I did lose my voice for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yes. And I worked without a voice. I did a lot of things without a voice. But
what happened? How did you lose your voice?
So, and I still do not have a voice, so that sounds funny because I'm talking, but I get injections to speak and my vocal folds. So, in 2006, I was in a very a severe car accident, but the car accident, kind of caused trauma to the neck. And then after that, like within a couple of months, my voice was weird. And I was like, what's wrong? And no one really knew. But anyway, so within months, I was not being able to actually get sounds out of my voice. So I go every 4 months to get injections to speak. So I have a condition called spasmodic dysphonia. Robert Kennedy Jr. has this condition, but he doesn't believe in Botox. That's okay. But I found it because I found the right doctor. Really, what I'm going to say is finding the right doctor. But really, we want to talk about the 5 years without the voice. How did I get through that?
Right.
Yeah. How did I keep going? How did I keep staying on my job? What was the fire in me to not give up?
Yep, exactly. Tell us what happened. How did you go through this for 5 years?
So first of all, like we're talking about self-love. It was hard to really dig deep into that. So like we'll go back to my book later, what the theme of the book is: self-love, love of each other, and love of our planet. So I believe at the time, my son was 6 years old. He's 25, he just turned 25. He was 6. So that was kind of the driving force for me to not give up, even though really deep down it was me all along. You discover as you unfold in life. But he was the light that I had to keep strong for because I was the parent and I couldn't falter. So he was the guiding force. So the 5 years, there's really something that I did for myself. I'm going to tell the audience. It was heavy to go every day and realize, then come to reality that I have a disability. I have a voice condition, but I didn't realize that until everything started going but not in my favor. People wanting me not to do my job anymore or what have you. But I did not listen to that, because you would have took someone down that is so important to be in this world, right? So my first light was my son. My second light was myself, because I would tell myself every day, you're going to get through this. I would wake up, I'd smile at myself, and then I'd smile all day long. I'm not saying that was easy. Then I'd come home, do what I had to do, and go to sleep. But 5 years seems like that was forever ago, because my life is not what that angst put me through.
And you had said when we spoke too, you mentioned something about having faith in music helped you through those times. How?
Yes. So faith, of course, if you everyone has their own higher power, what they believe, but you have to have the faith that things will get better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the music. So I have a book, but I have two books. I am a co-author in a book, Magnificently Made, and that chapter is called Let It Be. Now there's so much to that, but in that it's like vignettes of each song during that period of time in my life. And music is a healer. It's a universal healer.
Yeah.
And it brings you joy. So if you're going through something hard, certain songs would give me, if I really listened to the lyrics and I really got the message, it would really lift me up. Or just sometimes a beat will get you out of that. And I learned to, being a speech pathologist, sounds are like frequencies and things that could change all of the makeup throughout your body. So yes, music heals me. I would go home, driving home, I put on a song. It was like, thanks for making me a fighter, because they did make me a fighter. So there's certain songs that just till today just make me know that I could get through it. So music was powerful. And what I wanted to say also is that you take music, everybody has a different way of listening to music, but I suggest that if a song hits your heart, really get the words and read them. Just read them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's so funny because I think we all have like our theme.
Yeah.
When you hear something, you're like, oh yeah, like this is my,
doing that. That's me. Yeah.
This is my jam, right? So okay, what song is that? Sierra, do you have a song?
Well, I mean, yes, I have several. I actually created songs that remind me of my kids. So like each of my children have a special song that the minute that I hear it, it like reminds me of when I was pregnant or the first time I saw my baby. You're freaking out too because you did the same thing.
I'm freaking out because in the book, there's a chapter about my son. It took a long time for me to get pregnant. And when he was born, he was Sunshine on My Shoulders by John Denver. When that song comes, you could just stop, and he's the sunshine on my shoulder forever. Makes me happy. The sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. So, all of that brings me there to this stage where it's like you're just cuddling and hugging. So yes.
Oh,
yes, exactly.
And then what we're talking about. How did it empower me? So there's so many empowering songs, like the fight song, or I Am a Warrior. I'm an 80s girl. Heart to heart, you win if you survive, right?
Oh, I love it.
I'm not gonna start breaking out into the song, because even though I'm a speech pathologist, I really shouldn't say.
At any moment, I will break out in a song and dance. Like
I love that. Oh my
God. Although I can clear the room. This is strictly for fun. I know I can't sing. Yeah.
We said on a podcast one time, Denise, we both can sing. It just doesn't sound good. But we can sing, girl.
I'm going to join that group. We can sing, but it doesn't sound good.
Absolutely. Badass Queens Unfiltered. It's watch out.
Watch out. I love it. So yes, music is it really did lift me up. It helped me. And I suggest, or I was just recently, I don't know, when did it go? I was on television in November. I was on Pix 11, and this particular thing I spoke about, how music healed me, and how the songs and the music and how it just is self-healing. So I would suggest people take a look and listen. Take a look and listen about that.
I love that. And you know what? We always say, like, I share a lot because of music and everybody loves it. That is such a great break to people's days. So
It is.
as everyone is getting like so, worked up, and whether they're immersed in their actual job and their work, whatever, take a few minutes, put on a song and just like jam out to that, whether you dance it out, whether you sing it out, like that just
Mhm.
that'll turn that mood like instantly right around. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah, what's up?
No. I wasn't going to say music. I actually was going to ask Denise because my son, when he was little, he stopped talking. He started talking and then he stopped talking. So we always had to have like a speech therapist
Mhm.
come, and they taught him sign language.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, it saved our lives
Yes.
because he was so frustrated because
Frustrated.
to him he was saying it, but he couldn't. So, did you get into the speech pathology after this happened to
Oh,
you? Or
no. No, no.
wow,
So yeah,
okay.
so that was even I don't know which way would have been worse. I don't know. I got into speech pathology way before my voice, well, before I lost my voice, but I do
Okay.
understand. I did take sign language. So that is a godsend.
Wow,
But it
yeah,
wasn't a godsend for me knowing it, because if you don't know sign language, then you don't know what I'm saying. It's a
true.
language, like speaking
Yeah.
French or speaking
Mhm.
Italian. If the other recipient doesn't understand, you had to learn it in order to bring him forward to communicate. But if you
Yes.
didn't know it, it wouldn't be helpful. But thank goodness I did solidify, studies before that, because maybe I would have given, I'm here to say as a badass, I don't think I would have given up, but you don't know the
Mhm.
path that I had to happen that way for me to not give up.
Yeah. I played Helen Keller in a high school play, and I always just go back to anybody who loses their sight
Yeah.
unexpectedly. My husband lost his sight in one day. He
Wow.
couldn't see, and it was the most scary thing, and we were just thinking, how are we going to live?
Right.
How is he going to get through this? And then you lose your voice over a time, and then it's just gone, and you're just like, it's like stuns you. You feel like you're drowning. And I think about the overcoming
Yes.
of how you overcame that, and it is just so powerful. And how you keep saying, I had to keep going. I had to keep going.
And you know what's and there was a lot of adversity. I don't Sometimes I look back, you look back to know things. How didn't I give up when I had adversity against me too? Not just the whole point of losing my voice. People trying to, okay, you got to leave this job, or I don't think you should be
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Even hiring lawyers to protect me. It became like that. It became heavy like that.
Wow.
I don't want to go so deep about that, because that is not they don't deserve that energy. But what I'm saying is, even the other roadblocks.
Yeah.
How did I? But I know how, because of the faith of the not, and really kind of knowing that I always looked for, sometimes there's a lot of light, but sometimes it's so dark. You have to look for the little glimmer of light. You must look for it. That's my message. You have to look for it.
Yeah.
That's very true. Were there any other tools or practices? Like you looked for those little glimmers of hope, but what other things did you do along the way to help you build this resilience?
So, what I believe, when you go back hindsight, and I still do it today, because we still always have things that we have to overcome or deal with. I think I just kept saying, I know I'm meant for a purpose, and
Mm.
no one's going to take that away from me, no matter
Amen.
what. No
Right.
matter.
Yeah.
And they tried hard. That's what I will tell you. They tried hard, but it didn't take me down. It did take me down. I guess you have to give yourself grace. Let's say that, because I had to give myself grace, because there were times that thank goodness teachers did get off in the summer, because it was kind of my reboot to get back there. It was a
Yeah.
reboot. But I couldn't give up because I had a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe that sounds silly, but he was really, when someone needs you. But I didn't realize that I needed myself too. That's what I've learned in that. I really needed myself to stand tall, and I didn't realize that it was me all along.
I love that.
Once you become a mom, your
Mhm.
purpose changes, but then you lose. Sometimes you lose it, and then you regain that confidence of like, it always was for me, but that thing that I gave life to
Yeah.
helped keep me
It's true,
going.
because
How?
right, bringing life, we brought life. How can then because I'm gonna say it was dark. I was dark, we should not talk about darkness, because a lot of people are suffering with that now. I was extremely dark, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Mhm.
But for anyone out there that feels dark, I'm saying you have to take this much of your self-love and look for an ounce of light, and that is the way to get out of it. Because when you're heavy and dark, it's not easy. I'm not gonna
It's
say that.
not. You're absolutely right. And you're right in saying that, most everybody has a period of time in their lives where it is dark.
Yeah.
And, I've experienced it. And I can still, and I think once you recognize it, and whether you get help from the outside or you can, internally figure out a way of pulling yourself out. Sometimes people can't just do this themselves, right? I've been fortunate that I can. But going through things that I've gone through and still going through, and most people know, with being, estranged from my youngest daughter, that is a place that I could sit every day in that darkness, because it's painful. It is beyond, I can't even explain the pain, but most of us, yeah, I know we're all moms. We understand it. And a lot of people that watch this understand this as moms. It is a place where I could just sit in that darkness, but I have to every single day find those glimmers of hope. And I have a lot to be grateful for, and a lot of abundance, but it is a choice that you have to make in order to say, how am I going to get through this darkness? And whether you have to pull up and ask for help, and please, people, everyone out there, if you need help, ask for it.
Yes.
As women, it is so hard for us to actually say, we're in a bad spot, I need some help, right?
Exactly.
But gosh, I really hope that women understand that there's help out there, and there's friendships, and there's community. And I give you a lot of credit for pulling yourself out and, looking at that glimmer.
How did your son, I'm just curious, because he was 6 at the time. How has his life transpired? I mean, I know you don't want to speak for him, but I mean, that must have been a very, I don't know the right word to
It
use for
was
him.
it was interesting, I'm going to say, because he's the only one that understood me when I spoke.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm thankful that I did stay at home the formative years as a teacher. You're fortunate you could take a childcare leave, and I was able, for those years when I had my voice, for him to actually take it in and know what I sounded like. Because then I didn't have a voice for 5 years until he was 11, and I really didn't speak like this again. But he was the only one who could really understand anything I was saying. So people, what I want to say too, we take for granted just simplistic things in life, our
Yeah.
our voice, our sight, like you said, our home, and all these things that could be taken away, but really your own physical being is really the what you need most of. But God is good, because I'm going to say you find a way if you are open to finding the way.
Amen. I
Amen
love
is
it.
right.
Preach
Amen
to
is
us,
right.
Denise. Preach
And,
to us
Right?
today.
You find the way.
so you were a speech pathologist for 25 years. How did you transition from that world to an entrepreneurial world?
Yeah.
So I want to tell you two things. So the one thing that I did during the phase when I didn't have my voice, it made me more creative, believe it or not. I didn't realize that until later on. But during that time, of course, I was still living life, but, I'm not one to lay down and cry about it. So I would be doing things with my son. We'd be going out, going to the pool or what have you. And I came up with this cover that makes you feel sexy and good. And I came up with the name first. So I was creative during that time. Of course, the company didn't come out till 2018, but from when I didn't have my voice until then, I came up with the name. So what I want to say about that is it was all about loving yourself. See, I was always about this self-love, no matter what I did. So that period of time, I had that. Then when my voice came back, which was a miracle, because I'll say it's a miracle that I speak,
Mm-hmm.
because I do go for injections, but I still am one of the lucky ones, because not everyone who has this condition can get the benefits of the Botox. I waited for 5 years because I knew too much. You know, being in a profession where you know a lot of the other side, I am the patient and the professional.
Right.
So I had different ideas or knowledge that would stop me from doing it at first. I even went to a doctor who told me to stop working too. How, you know, some people won't even lift you up during the hardest time. And here he was a doctor of voice, and you think he would say, "Oh, you could do everything." He said, "Oh no, don't work."
Oh, wow.
I was like, "What?" I went, "What?"
Yeah.
Even though I couldn't say, I was like, "Are you for real?"
Right.
I'll never come. So what I'm saying, why I waited those 5 years, he tried to make me think I shouldn't work. And then I was like, oh no, heck no, here I go. I'll show you. But I didn't do the Botox because I couldn't trust him to do it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then I had to find the right doctor, which I found an angel from heaven that came into my life 2011. And he did, you know, there's a way to do it. There's a way to feel good about it. You have to do research too. That's another thing. When you're helping yourself, you have to really be your advocate.
Yeah.
And he started very low, the low dose. People long ago that had this condition, they did such a big dosage that it atrophied their voice, and now they're lost. They can never get it back. So,
Oh.
you know, I think now, when I think back to me getting back my voice, and I'm going to keep being strong because I have to go in February again. My thing is, I think I need to have my voice because I have a lot to say. I need this voice.
Is that how you came to write a book as well? Is because you had a lot to say?
You know, so you're going to find this very interesting. My tagline for Fits Everybody to a T, the company T-suit, right? My tagline to the customers that bought any, you know, vacation stuff, I would write moments in motion with love. Because, you know, about swimming and loving your body, have a good moment. That was my tagline back then.
I love it.
But in the middle of the night, during COVID, I don't know, Renee, remember this when I told you? I was virtually online with my students. And so March, April, May, by May, I saw the disconnect in their eyes. And I worked with students with, you know, disabilities. And I was just so disheartened. It was so heavy on my heart. What am I doing for these students? So that night I went to bed and I woke up with a book. Okay, so I was like, wait a minute, I could have ignored that. There's another thing I want to say. I could have went back to sleep, right? Because we're all in this fog, this COVID fog. We don't even know what we want to do. I could have went to sleep. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, May, and I said, oh my goodness, wake up! I'm telling my husband, wake up! I wrote a book. He's like, what? What are you doing now? What's up now? Come on! I said, no, listen carefully. So I read. He goes, say that again. I read it, and he goes, oh, that's soothing. I'm like, wow, okay, good. So at the time, I did have a publisher for another book because of all the things that I've gone through in my life. I wanted a self-help book to come into the world for adults. Who knew that my book was going to be universally for everyone? So I texted, I said, stop the press, you got to listen to this because I don't think we should be writing that other book at the moment. When I read it, Tasha, she was like, what? Another one. What? Read that again. She said, send it to me, text it to me. And I did. But the person that solidified it all, and I'll go back to Daniel, he was in college COVID lockdown. You know, we couldn't be together, and he was in the dorm or whatever. Like, I don't even know. He was in an apartment at the time. And I FaceTimed him, but I read it, and he started crying. And you know, a 20-year-old, you know, they're gonna be cool. They're not gonna. But I tapped into something so deep and raw that he just started crying, and then I knew that I had to do it. So that it gets me teary-eyed to think about that. It was so impactful, and it came through me. So that's what I want to tell everyone. This book, and I could have not listened to that, right? I could have just said, "Oh, that's nothing."
Yeah. But isn't it the truth? We always hear it all the time. God whispers, right? And it's those that actually take action from those whispers and do something with it. I love that you did something with it. What is the name of the book again?
Okay, so the name of the book is Moments in Motion with Love.
I love it.
And is that what you had said? And is that what you read to Daniel when you FaceTimed him as you said that?
Yes, Moments in Motion with Love. Yes, that's what I said to
I
him.
love the cover. Oh my God.
So when I show you, so the cover, you see the heart. It's a
Yes,
kaleidoscope of all of the pages in the book.
I love it.
Oh,
That's
So each page
cute.
is here represented, but this is a book to heal your inner child. You know, that's where it stems from, going back and healing your inner child. And it takes you through a journey through nature. So there's multiple things, layers of this book. The book has recently took on a life of its own,
great.
which is awesome because not only did I create, so there's the affirmations and how you feel good about yourself and take you through the journey of nature. So it's about self-love. Then it's about loving each other because we really need to be more loving to one another. And then about our planet. So this book has a way to make you appreciate the simple moments, like a windy moment or a sunshine moment, to take you through your day and say, wow, the sun is shining today. Let me feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I created, believe it or not, next I have it's based on foundation of yoga. So it's more yoga motions with love, because this book, each page is a movement or a breath.
Oh, I need to get my hands on that.
Oh, definitely. Both of you, you will get one. You tell me where to send it. I will send you a gift.
Oh, thank you. We'd love to read that. So your target audience, who is this book for?
So at first you think, when I wrote it, I'm thinking I wrote it for children, right?
Uh-huh.
But no, I just had recently a couple like high schoolers, so it could go the range from younger children to adults. I had an
Yeah.
adult tell me, your book is like an anti-anxiety drug without the drugs.
Oh,
Oh,
That's big.
Renee, we should buy an extra one and
yes.
gift it to
Yes,
somebody who
please.
listens to this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share your stories with us. And I think that we should gift one to somebody who really needs that in their life, because that would mean a lot to me to be able to send
Yeah.
a book
I'm
to
gonna
them.
give you a new gift. I
Oh,
want to give the both of
Yeah,
you, but then you both need to gift. Yes.
oh, we'll definitely.
we
This
will.
book is
We will.
very, very special, and not because I didn't write it. Remember this. I want to tell you, I didn't write it.
See? Yep.
I didn't write it. I'm gonna cry now because I didn't write it.
You
It was
listened,
in
and
me. I
then
listened, and it
you were
came
the
out.
messenger.
Yeah, I don't want to cry. I'm sorry. I'm a badass. I can't
No,
cry.
cry,
No.
please. Do not have to
I'm
laugh.
joking.
We
Badass.
we both have
Badass is
ugly
crying.
cry. We
That
both
is,
have ugly
Oh,
cried on here. We have laughed hysterically, almost peed our pants. Like,
yeah,
it's okay.
exactly.
Cry, laugh, do whatever you need to do.
yep, for sure. For sure.
And
Oh,
oh my goodness. So yes, so now it's taken on, it's, because there's a lot of love in it. It's moments in motion with love, because love is all we
yeah.
Yeah.
have. And this moment with us together right now is all we have. And we should embrace it. That's another thing. What people are falling short of a moment, you don't take a moment to just say, okay, I'm all right now.
Right.
We have to really um do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and you are just so filled with love, and I fell in love with you as soon as I met you. I'm like, "Oh, this is your beautiful soul, beautiful inside and out.
Well, it takes the light sees light. Light sees light.
Light sees light,
True.
for sure."
And
And yeah, there's definitely a reason why, we connect with
yeah,
our guests for sure. What is so what I love too is that, a lot of conversations that Sierra and I have with guests is women reinventing themselves after the age of 40. And so I just want to reiterate, this was after the age of 40 that this book came to you, and you're no longer a speech pathologist working full time,
no,
correct?
no,
You're retired
correct.
from that.
Yeah, yes,
So you're a full-time entrepreneur after the age of 40. Like we just, I want to
after the age of 50.
okay. I don't
She's
want
like,
to do that. I was wanting
After the age of 50. Okay.
but that's the thing, is that's what's so beautiful about, you know, our life. And when we listen to what our purpose is, right, then, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. It's an amazing comeback, because we know out of whatever ashes we're in, or ever, you know, the ish that we're in, we can come out of it. So
exactly. And you know, you could always restart. You know, people think it's not over until it's over. It's not. There's nothing done. Nothing is done. Nothing's done.
Nope.
Yeah, until I close my eyes and I don't wake up.
Yep.
It's on. It's on.
Yep.
It's on.
Oh, like Donkey Kong, Denise.
Donkey Kong. I was going to say that. It's on like Donkey. Yes, exactly. Because we have to, you know, I think it's we have, if we have something, you have to give. You have to give of it, because you're cheating yourself in the world.
Absolutely. And so
I love when you say that you're cheating yourself and the world. Because
right.
the world is the one that embraces that message or that story.
Oh, Sierra, I'm going to read you a page. Wait, Renee.
Yes.
The world needs you, and you need the world.
No, I love it. And it's so, the illustration, oh my gosh, everything is beautiful.
It's all watercolor to kind of soothe you through it. There was a whole process to that too. Yep. You know, everything was a process, but the words never changed. What came out of me went into the book.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on it.
I can't wait to get it to you too.
Yeah, that's a great idea, giving that to somebody who's listening to this. So please, those that are listening, you know, share your story with you, and I message one of us.
Yeah, message one of us and tell us why you need it. Because I mean, like, and then if you don't want it to be gifted and you just want to purchase it, we'll put it in the link for you.
Yes. The best thing is, so, you know, of course it's on Amazon, but you can't get it signed to you if you go to Amazon.
Exactly. Yes.
So you need to go to my website and get it from there. And of course, I will give a friendly discount, free shipping to anyone who buys it because they were here with us.
Oh, thank you. So we'll definitely have your website in the show notes, so everyone take a look at that.
Yes.
What do you see? What is next for you? Do you have because I know I could just tell.
Smile is everything.
I'm always growing something, but it's not. So, like, of course, I've just produced the yoga motions in a in a film that we were filming. We're producing it.
Oh, it's gonna be a fan. Oh,
yes, yeah.
Okay.
I do the poses and the movements in a film. I did that. Nice. Also, I made an audio. I'm not using it as an audio book, but I had made an audio version for licensing things in schools or what have you. Because this should be what I know for sure. And I'm going to sound like Oprah, because I was just with Oprah, people. I was just with her.
No.
Yes, if you look on my Instagram page, I have a picture of being Oprah. Anyway,
because you're going to tell us about that.
I don't know. There's so many things. How many hours do you have here? How many hours you got? So Oprah, I was just on this. She just started a podcast. See, you podcast lovely people. She just started a podcast, Books, Conversation, and Coffee with Starbucks. But she had my most favorite author, Eckhart Tolle, from A New Earth and the Power of Now. And my book, Moments in Motion with Love, is the children's version of the Power of Now.
Wow.
Because, you know, we have to hone in, because the kids need it. You need to do this foundational work when you're young. Otherwise, we're repairing our inner child, right?
Yeah.
If we get to the kids when they're, or the children when they're young, then we can save the world. We have to do that, or they can save themselves. Sometimes children are in positions where they're in environments that they should not be in, but it's not their fault. But if they had this book to reset them, or to say this to themselves every day. I don't know if I did this with you, Renee. Tell me if we did this poem together, the Believe poem. Did I do that with you?
No.
Okay, so in the book, I affirm the readers and I tell them that I think you're amazing and I think you're beautiful. And I tell you that. But if you don't believe it, nothing's happening really. That's you have to have it within your core. So I wrote a believe poem in that book. You're gonna get bookmarks, so I'll send you extra so you
Oh,
can
how
share them with the
cute.
world. So believe, say it with me. Believe,
Believe
Believe
I am loved.
I
I
am
am
loved.
loved.
I am light.
I am
I
light.
am light.
I am courage.
I am
I am
courage.
courage.
I am bright.
I
I
am
am
bright.
bright.
I am brave.
I
I
am
am
brave.
brave.
I am so important in this moment.
I am
I am
so
so
important
important
in
in
this
this
moment.
moment.
And you are.
And you
Oh,
are.
you
I
are.
love it. Did you hear that, Eris? I'm telling my grandson. I'm like, did you
And
hear
you
that?
are. And you are.
Oh, I love that so
That's
much.
beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
that's my message, that if we could just heal, heal at the very core level, and if not, then we have to heal our inner child. So really my job that I'm trying to do now, doing different things, I'm trying to get into places where the message is for healing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I was given an assignment.
Yes. You're
absolutely.
given an assignment and you are doing a
Without a doubt.
beautiful job. You're doing a beautiful job. I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you, even though we've just met recently. Like
Yeah.
I am thrilled with Sierra, and I really thank you for being on. I'm really excited to share you with our audience in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And to keep spreading your message, because you are onto something so beautiful. And I want to make sure that everybody knows, listen to this lady, because she has a lot of love to share.
Wow.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, don't cry.
Oh
No,
my
we'll just
goodness! But I want to thank you both for bringing things like this to the world, because you are of love too.
Oh,
When
thank
you
you so
bring
much.
things like this to the world, you are spreading love and the message of not giving up and being a badass.
That's right. We are unapologetically badass
I'm
queen.
just gonna say unapologetically, we are badasses, and we will continue that.
I
Absolutely.
just realized I'm not wearing my badass necklace.
What
I
happened?
meant to go put it on.
I have on my love necklace. I think I need a badass necklace. How am I
Oh,
getting this badass necklace?
Oh, I'll connect
you
you.
need
You
the
got it.
badass necklace
Oh,
for
I need a
Renee.
badass necklace.
Yep.
I
Yep.
need,
I'm gonna add it.
Absolutely.
I
Yep.
need, I
I'm
need
so
one.
mad. I meant to put it on and I forgot, Renee.
Oh,
All good. All good. All good.
so good. We're here with love. You're badass. You're the badass. You don't need a necklace.
I know.
Oh,
Okay.
you're so fantastic. Well, thank you again very
Thank
much
you.
for coming on.
I'm
Really
so
excited to
happy.
share you. Where can people find you? What is the name of what's your website?
Okay, so my website is my name, DeniseCesare.com. Very easy to find, just with my
Love
name,
it.
but spell it right. Cesare, not
Yeah.
it's Cesare. We laughed about it.
It's not
So that's
Caesar
the way you
salad, people. It's not Caesar salad.
no, and it's funny. We used to say that. Yes, he's a salad. Oh my goodness! But also, if you follow me on Instagram, that would be great. It's
Yes.
Denise.Caesar on Instagram, and at Fits Everybody, you could check out all my fabulous, beautiful travel. It's vacation mode activate.
I
You're
love
my
it.
kind of
Absolutely.
girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She
Where
is.
are we going, Denise?
Uh,
Where are we going next? Oh, we're gonna go to South
yeah,
Carolina
I'm
and Minnesota
moving.
this
Yes.
week.
Oh no, no, everybody will know. It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm moving.
This is gonna
And
air in a little bit. You'll already be moved by the time this airs.
okay, that's good. But then everybody will be coming. You'll come and see, and then you'll be moving too. Oh boy.
We'll all be there. We'll all be there together.
Yeah. So and thank you so much. I'm so happy to be in this moment with the both of you, making me feel like we just are meant to be together right now.
We really are. Well, thank you. And thank you everyone for listening, and stay tuned for more next week's drop of Unapologetically Badass.
Don't miss an episode.
That's right. Have a great week all. Bye.
Look, I can't do my heart right. I have like I don't know what.
All right, Queens, that's a wrap for today's episode. But before you hit pause, let's talk about you and how we can help you slay every part of your life. If you're ready to feel fabulous and look like $1,000,000, I've got you covered with my Badass Queen coaching, sparkling touchstone crystal jewelry, and Bella Grace collagen, because glowing skin and a sparkly vibe, that's a power move. Check it all out at ReneeCarbonefleming.com. And my co-host Sierra, oh yeah, she's bringing the heat too. Not only is she rocking Bella Grace collagen for her glow game, but she's also the queen of chic with her fabulous clothing boutique. From boosting your wellness to leveling up your wardrobe, Sierra's got the magic to help you shine inside and out. Check her out at Linktree/Sierra Whitener 7. So here's the deal. Head to our websites, grab the goods that'll help you live your best life, and let's make everything about you unapologetically badass. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with your fellow queens, because the more sparkle in the world, the better. Until next time, keep glowing, keep slaying, and remember, you're a badass queen who deserves it all.